Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Lance. This is a 4v4 version of Canis. Got this game from Raging Squirrel. Big thanks to him. He's also got some pretty good allies here. Exivo, Uber, and Rock. And this is basically the tag team. Tag clan going from the top, being led by Rock. Looks like they're missing. They have 2 Aeons and 2 Cybrans. So no UEF or Seraphim for the top. On the bottom we got a couple of Aeons, Seraphim and UEF, but no Cybran. So Cybran plus UEF, we'll see how. Cybran plus Aeon. We'll see how that works out for the top side. Looks like a couple air factories here from Raging and Uber, both going with the first bomber. On the bottom here we do have an air factory from Funkoff, but he's making engineers. And here come the 2 bombers here a little after 1 minute, and it's always great to see 2 bombers going at the same time. That way the forward bomber can scout for the one from behind. You can choose the best target. It's really 2 bombers is better than 1 bomber and another bomber. You might as well use that. It's like fusion. So you can see this bomber from Raging should get some good targets. And that's amazing. Absolutely nothing dropped by Uber there. Actually, no, he got a kill. And yeah, okay, so both players get the first kill, get a couple engineers. It's the first blood in this game. We should see some interceptors. We are seeing flak now, second air from Miramar. ACUs moving out, Funkoff to the left, 2 ACUs going to the top. Congreve and Miramar. And another great dodging action there from Miramar, so that's nice. Interceptors from Funkoff and Miramar should kill those bombers. 3 kills for this bomber from Uber. Great recon here, seeing exactly where the ACUs are going. Rock moving down, getting another land factory. Total of this is a 3rd factory for him. Uber and Exivo moving down, 2 AM players. The 2 Cybran going to the right, the 2 ANs going down for the tag team. Funkoff planning a land factory. And a whole bunch of Mantan are trying to cut off the stop. And a sneaky Celine trying to kill an engineer. Engineer hides behind a mask extractor. Almost pulled that off. That was nice from Raging, but not quite. This is a good Celine. This is nice to see players do this. Once again, the engineer is going to try to get close, and Raging wins that battle. Awesome, using the mask extractor as a shield. Yeah, how many games can let you do that, as well as all the other things we're going to see in this game. So we get a whole bunch of Mantana moving down. They've made sure nothing came to the top. They're going to run into some ACUs. And here Funkoff is all alone. Could be in a little bit of danger if he faces 2 ACUs. He's scouting from Miramar. Absolutely nothing going on. Chosen moving down up the middle with Seraphim, a very powerful ACU, especially taking on Cybran. So we're seeing kind of the shift. 3 players here from the bottom side taking on 2 Cybran. This could be very very bad for the top side. And you can see the ACUs already getting some kills. Congreve trying to get the land factories going. And once again, sneaky Celine's here from Chosen. But at the same time, it looks like absolutely nothing opposing Uber and Exivo, and of course Aeon ACUs get the double gun, a couple shields, a very formidable force early on. That's definitely a possibility. A tank got lost, got killed. Bombers from Chosen. Celine's taking out engineers, the deadly Celine's. And a bomber here from Chosen. Well, he dropped the bomb. Forgot to. And looking at the base here, a lot of, this is going to be a lot of Tech 1 interceptors from Exivo. He already has pretty good air force. See those Manta from Raging, making sure this is all secure. So we'll see what kind of assaults the 2 teams plan. Looks like the assaults are going to go down the sides. In the middle, Chosen are getting an upgrade. That could be interesting. Rock, Tech 2 Raider in the middle. He's going to get shields. Looks like he's going to try to fortify the metal here, which might leave this top end a little exposed. More bombing here from Miramir. So all kinds of things happening. Funkov getting upgrades. Uber also getting upgrades. No help from Exivo now. Helping his buddy out. Training partners. Chosen with Tech 2, perhaps a Tech 2 point defense creep. This will be a nice position at a Tech 2 point defense. Of course, bombing. Bomber's the best scouts he can have. And a decent force here from Chosen. Perhaps can go directly into this choke point and make it all the way into the bases. A lot of taking from Exivo. We're seeing Tech 2 mask extractors all over the place, actually making mercies. So Tech 2 power and mercies from Exivo. He's already scouted Chosen. Chosen a bit exposed. We're seeing Tech 1 onto air. So as long as Chosen stays behind the Tech 1 onto air, should be in decent shape. But you never want to mess with mercies. He got quite a bit of air from the bottom side, multicolored. And now Uber and Exivo getting some interceptors. Tech 2 engineering for Uber. And an air fight. This is a good placement onto air for Uber. Right underneath the air battle, and it looks like it will actually still be taken by the bottom team. And these units just sort of will walk in. They are facing Tech 2 now. Doesn't actually look like they're going to do too much damage, just leave a couple wrecks. But that was pretty ridiculous. Now Raging, looks like he's got the gun and stealth. Runs over a couple Tech 1 units. Chosen. His Tech 2 point defense facing a shielded Tech 2 point defenses from Rock. And Chosen, if he wants to have any kind of chances here, he's got to get some shields. And with Seraphim shields, he'll be in good position. This is pretty flat, so lasers will shoot for both players. And now here, a wall from Rock. This should be pushed right now by Congreve. Funkov attacking, runs into a Tech 1 point defense from Uber. Uber Tech 2 point defense. So I'm surprised it's a little further back than I expected. He probably could have put some. Well, he's trying to protect his choke point as well, but he can definitely take a little more land together with Exivo. But Exivo so far all out air, and you can see this is a ridiculous air spam. Mercies and Tech 1 interceptors. We just saw Scout get killed, so Funkov saw those mercies, so the player should be expecting that. Funkov getting Swift Winds, getting Tech 2 powers, already got some. Miramir also making Swift Winds, multiple Tech 2 power. Perhaps a bit of scouting here from Exivo. For the most part, just throwing away these Tech 1 interceptors. And now mobile missile launchers will force Chosen to retreat. Chosen going into the water, getting a whole bunch of Tech 1 interceptors, and that's what happens when you find out there are mercies in the air. You retreat, which will give Raging and Rock the opportunity to completely secure the middle of the map. Here comes the push, perhaps a little late. It's going to have to now deal with hoplites, and the wall is nearly complete, plus a well-placed Tech 1 point defense. Great defense from Raging and Rock there. A bit of a lost opportunity. Funkov, Tech 2 point defense, cruise missile launcher, already has a kill. Looks like it was something over here. Definitely good targets here. Taking out Tech 2 mask structures. There's Tech 2 radar there as well. And both the teams have decent Tech 2 air forces. And these mobile missile launchers from Rock, Cybran are known for their great mobile missile launchers. Putting a lot of pressure now on Chosen. Chosen having to retreat. Still no shields. We see some TMDs. Here's some Ilshavas. They got to start moving, otherwise if they're stationary, they're gonna get hit. And if they run in, they're gonna get overcharged. So there's really no chance for this force from Chosen. Scouting here from Uber. Funkov getting some Tech 2 flak. And this is actually a successful push. Looks like Congreve was able to get around those Tech 1 point defenses with some flak. And Loyalists now from Raging, and these should put out the fire, although they will suffer some losses in the top corner. We've got to say that's really the weakest point for a tag team in this game, and now map control is beginning to shift because of this. This is very secure for Funkov. The middle, though, could be trouble. Chosen here is alone against 2 ACUs. But of course these ACUs can always retreat, and this could be a sandwiching situation. Of course this Loyalist now with 13 kills Really needs the veterancy quick, but doesn't get it. Very important kill, of course. Now there's still hoplites from Rock. Should be able to hold down the choke point, and if there's plenty of tech 2, but if more reinforcements come in, we do see some Manta are going to try to cut off the reinforcements, some tech 2 flak and engineers. This is probably not a big enough tech 1 force to make trouble, but if there was a successful push that exposes Raging's base, but more tech 3 units and bricks coming in. Yeah, we see bricks now, so I'm not really sure how long Mirror and Congreve will be able to hold that top corner. Mirror now with a shield and a gun upgrade. Very powerful Aeon ACU pushing forward together with Chosen's units. We also see some tech to mobile shields. Funkov also pushing through on his end. So one thing we can see, a lot more teching for tag, but they are slowly losing map control. But it could be very insignificant, however, because their main bases are very secure. Actually making tech 3 mask structures now. Uber and Exivo very much teching, relying on Raging and Rock to hold down the map, and really here Funkov alone against 2 ACU is not making as much progress as he could probably do if he made a lot more units, a lot more tech 1 or tech 2. Just a whole bunch of already run this over because the ACUs just went home. They're not playing defense. They're hoping Funkov doesn't attack, which he isn't really doing. And here looks like a loss now for Mirror and Congreve. We still have some engineers here picking up mask structures, but those will not live for too long. Here comes a brick from Raging. Some scouts get killed. Tech 3 now from Funkov. Funkov also doing quite a bit of taking, a lot of tech 3 mask structures. So we can see this is the reason Funkov isn't putting that much pressure, which is actually impressive with this kind of eco. Running over quite a few units. So the minimal amount of units that he needed to use. Tech 3 mask structures for Mirror as well. Funkov and Mirror, excellent ecos. So at this point pretty hard to call, although in terms of ecos looks like the bottom side actually taking advantage. Very much an eco game here after 20 minutes. But now tech 3 from Raging now gives a lot of security to the top side. All these tech 1, tech 2 very much outgunned. You can't go against that unit. This is like the can from Total Annihilation, but better. Love to see the sumo. Yeah, big can. Gunships here for Exivo, perhaps for emergencies or for opportunities of sniping. Tech 3 air now from Funkov. Funkov making a GC. It's the first experimental that I've seen so far. Do we see any experimentals for the top side? We see Tech 3 engineers. They definitely have the capacity to make a experimental very quickly. Both Exivo and Uber, very similar gameplay. Well, now these bricks completely dominating, but it's not clear whether now they'll actually be able to do much to this base. And some Tech 3 gunships restores. Tech 3 anti-air. It's a good defense here from the bottom side, although these mobile missile launchers from Rock putting good pressure. We'll get run over by Tech 1. There's some Tech 2 flak here against the gunships. You know, the bricks are successful. So Tech team making good progress here on the right side. Rock's in the middle, and we should see that GC already be finished. Started the second one. Where is the first one? Yeah, it's already in the front lines, and Rock here is very much exposed. I'm not really sure why it's going in this direction, why it didn't go straight for Rock's base. We should see Raging and Rock run away now they've seen it. Here's the GC from Exivo and Uber. They're going to build that very quickly. See how much damage this GC can do, plus a whole bunch of Tech 3 shields. That is very nice. The bottom side team really in control. See how well tag team can defend. This would be also a great opportunity to do some sneaky stuff like drop off some units. Sure, tag team is very much focused on what's happening to this GC, and it's just standing there. That's losing time. That's always unfortunate. This is such precious time now for Funkov. Those precious few seconds. And this is interesting. A whole bunch of suicide bots, a whole bunch of fire beetles, loyalists dying. Not that impressive. These bricks, of course, you got to respect the bricks. I'm expecting, yeah, that GC is already finished, so perhaps a bit of a lost opportunity to take out this base by the GC. The GC's got to be very careful with the full health. GC coming this way, plus a lot of air now from Uber and Ixiva. They might have a chance to take air. This could be a very bad surprise for Funkov once that GC comes in. 43 kills, he needs to get that veterancy. And 46 kills, just 4 kills away from a veterancy. 49 might just get that 50, but it won't make enough difference. A nice chunk of mass now for the top side. That was one of the most crucial points, I guess, in this game now. The loss of that GC. That was great air and perhaps poor scouting from Funkov from the bottom side. Another GC coming in from Funkov. Let's see what Ixiva does with this one. It's halfway on its health. Elsewhere, very even map control and not much happening. A very quick Ixiva to get engineers to that wreck. Utilize that as soon as possible. Turn that into an GC. A lot of take 3 power from Uber and Ixiva. And this is an anti-nuke now for Uber. Another GC for Funkov, an anti-nuke for Congreve. Pretty big air spam, a lot of Tech 3 power. Mirror, we gotta see, there's a lot more Tech 3 power for tag team than for the bottom side, and that could be because instead of a GC they were making power and made a GC just in time to play defense. Yeah, so perhaps a bit of a strategic mistake there by Funkov, attacking him without scouting. But good scouting from the top side, finding the GC in time. And yeah, I just missed that fight. That GC is killed by Funkov. So both teams trading off wrecks. I see engineers here from Congreve, cruise missiles flying. Tech to mask extractors get sniped. Some cruise missiles here from Chosen. Chosen getting a whole bunch of shields for defense. But this does leave this whole left side of the field very wide open, and Funkov has some minor defenses here. An experimental will be able to run that over. Same could be said about the tag team side as well. Most of the defense is directly in the middle. That was a lot of scouting there from Uber. Another GC from Ixiva. Still take 1 interceptor spam. Those are actually always good, especially that they don't take that much power to make. They're quite nice. Of course, when you get into this much ASF, they get ripped pretty hard, but it's always nice to have extra anti-air. And this could be dangerous. Now we're seeing a spider from Raging plus a whole bunch of bricks. Full health GC. I think Funkov's got to run. He's got to run very quickly. More Tech 3 mobile shields moving in to try to help out. Another GC coming in from Funkov. See 11 kills, 21 kills. It's so much air now, and another transport coming in from Ixiva. Ixiva is always. This is going to be another experimental fight here. GC from Funkov and Ixiva. Ixiva is able to get engineers to the front immediately. 2 GCs now for Funkov, and a spider peels off. He's going to do some damage. This is a good move from Raging instead of losing his experimental. But at the same time, that GC from Ixiva retreating. You'll see some Tech 3 artillery. These 2 GCs pushing, not really sure if they should. But this is a great spider. And elsewhere we're seeing this battle. Funkoff is going to win barely. It looks like these shields may have made a difference. Very important victory. Gunships coming in. And so much air from Tag Siva. And now here, another victory for Funkoff. Plus some Percy's coming in. Percy's versus Bricks. Percy's are going to win, but so much arty. So much arty from Raging. Plus a stealth generator. This is great stuff. These noobs are really good. Spider, after doing its thing, 81 kills, is going to retreat. GC is going to chase it from Miramir. Another GC coming up from Miramir. Fatty now for Congreve. Haven't seen too many chickens yet. Tech 3 land spam with a whole bunch of Tech 3 shields. That's definitely a good choice. Another GC from Funkoff. Another one on its way. I don't really see too many nukes. Or any nukes at all. And on the front lines, it's a very good GC here. Funkoff retreating. Another Spider coming in from Raging. That's a good base from Rock. Multiple Tech 3 factories. Whole bunch of Tech 2 point defense of 2 different styles. And artillery moving out. The 2 Spiders are going to force. It looks like the 2 Spiders sandwiched this GC. Great stuff from Raging. And once again, another dead GC. Xevo able to get a GC out. And this game has really turned into an experimental battle. It's basically who can make experimentals and put them in the right position first. And very much a stalemate here. Neither team really making huge mistakes. These are great engineers, just get wiped out though. A lot of artillery from the top side. That's one big difference. A lot of arty from Cybran players, both Raging and Funkoff. And these Spiders have been excellent. One of the Spiders goes down, 99 kills. 100's going to get a little better and see. Yeah, these are beautiful arties. Tech 3 gunships now from Uber. So big thanks to Raging for giving me this game. This is very high quality. Funkoff using the shields. The Strat bombers are going to try to even that out, plus the gunships. Still Funkoff able to get that kill. Great stuff for Funkoff. Never leave home without flak and shields, and that GC just made that mistake and will pay the price. No reason for it to have done that. Xevo once again, as soon as they're free Rex, tries to get him, but this time gets shot. Very small loss there. Probably do that again. And now the Fatty, first Fatty I believe we've seen. Congreve putting pressure, and of course that's a good counter. But with this much artillery, that Fatty has to be very careful what it shoots at. Engineers now from Miramir, gonna try to steal some mass. Engineers from the 2 Cybran players are gonna feed the GC. It's a battle over all this Rex. And this is a big price. There's also a lot of dead Percy's there as well. As you see, ran away from a Spider, but no, a Megalith. A Megalith and a Spider from Raging. Another Megalith coming in from Raging. He's got a bunch of hives making these. GC from Xevo. Massive air spam. And oh yeah, that's very much a draw. But this Megalith now really shifting the battle. It's got the range. It's got a lot of health. As long as you don't run away with them, they're very powerful. Of course, the Fatty doing some damage. It'd be nice to see these take their shields directly over the Fatty at all times. Miramir going into the middle. Perhaps he's got both the shields. Otherwise, that'd be very much suicidal. Very courageous. Restores there, trying to take on Tech 2 flak under shields. And as you see here from Funkoff. Funkoff doing a great job here in this position. Very much controlling it. He has had some losses, but at this point he does have good control. And that Spider there from Raging, it took the opportunity to come in and kill all these units, was also very nice. And now it is very much secured by a bunch of loyalists. But a GC coming in their direction, so they should be running very soon. So this has just turned really quiet. Miramir now retreating. Fatty also retreating. And this, the time of the Megalith has come, and which means all these dead experimentals are going to belong to the top team, and that is a lot of mass that the top team has just won in that battle. It's a very big victory now for the top side. More GCs and rapid fire artillery, and that's pretty crazy. This is a very expensive unit. That's a ridiculously expensive unit. The fatty trying to prevent the NGs from getting the mass, but even if a few of them die, it looks like they've already taken most of it. Multiple megas now patrolling the field. Megas and arties from raging. And this is a lot of artillery here from rock. That's just splashing. Funkov helping himself to a little bit of dead GC action, GC versus GC, but this is so much artillery. And that is going to make a difference. Shields trying to help this Funkov. GC, not really sure if they're going to be able to save it, but this chicken is definitely going to make a difference and win it for the bottom side. Very timely chicken, and these that sucks to see those die. Such beautiful units. Kind of make the map all dirty, but they're very beautiful. That GC is going to die. A lot of wrecks now. This is another very big point of contention. So much mass. We'll see which team is able to win this, but these restorers running wild here. From Uber, this is very much secured now by raging. Plenty of interceptors from Uber. Don't really see much happening here. There was a GC here a little while ago. Looks like it's now here. And yet another GC. This chicken is just going to keep on rolling through, and it isn't likely to die. It'd be nice to see it turn here, but and a nuke. I did not notice there was a nuke. A nuke from Congaree. Let's see where that goes. And now so many wrecks that it appears that once again the top side is going to have them. And a couple artillery's taken out. Has been anti-nukes for the top side for a long time, so now some bombing from Xevo. Xevo once again winning this battle, and that's so much mass. Snipes now from Rock. This is a long chain of cruise missiles. That's very difficult to defend against that. So he's trying to hit this quantum gateway. So we see a whole bunch of support commanders from Seraphim, from Chosen. Not really sure if I agree with that. You can put overcharges on them, but that's a very expensive proposition, those things. Not really sure if they're cost effective. They're very fancy. More snipes here from Rock. Of course, these megaliths using their range against the GCs with numbers. But that's a lot of great units. Those cruise missiles are knocking down the shields. Support commanders trying to rebuild. Mega's making a huge difference now. Support commanders trying to get shields. Great micro from Raging. And once again, so much mass for Xevo here. That has been the difference. The strategic battles have been won. Very important battles by the top side, where they got to reclaim a whole bunch. Just out of curiosity here, Uber 35,000 reclaim. I'm expecting Xevo would have over 100,000, 107,000. Just even more mass than he can possibly handle. Fatty moving out. Some Perseus as well from Congreve. But now it's 4 megaliths. And at range, they just dominate. Eventually, range is really the most important thing. Artillery running away from a fatty. That fatty would be a great target. Very weak. See scouts, bombers. This is a whole bunch of strat bombers from Uber. As you see here, holding down the bottom side. And a GC from Xevo. So basically a positioning battle. See strat bombers from Uber. Just took out the fatty. They're also going to attack the GC. And that should be the key for that GC to start moving in. Kill the damage GC. And we are seeing this game slipping away from the bottom side. These megaliths marching in with impunity here. Fourth one coming. Actually 5 of them just surrounding and pounding. That's a great mission from Total Annihilation. And it looks like Funkov is going to lose the bottom left. Great work from Xevo and Uber. combining bombers and experimentals, and this is really good from Xevo. This is, you gotta give him props. As soon as any experimentals dies, he's right on top of it. It makes a huge difference. See, the support commanders really not the best way to use your mass. Can't compete with and yet another nuke. One of the megas dies. And of course, Funkov and Uber, they're good friends, I guess. That's probably not true. Always arguing, but you can't beat Uber at arguing. That's an impossibility. And this is right there. That's what you call an overkill. You outrange a Tech 1 point defense, and you hit it with about 20 or 30 Tech 3 arties. It's a very good counter to Tech 1 point defense. I recommend it. This beautiful stuff here from Rock. To start lobbing shells. There it goes, chosen here at minute 49. Megas still rolling in. Gotta say, great play from Raging in this one together with Rock. Really making Cybran proud with those bricks and all this arty. And then at the end, the Megas very much controlled it. Perhaps if there was more chickens instead of support commanders, it would have taken a little longer, but losing that mass in the middle, all those dire experimentals, too much mass to play with for Uber and Xevo, who completely controlled air. And then with that air, with those strat bombers, they've seen what the strat bombers, they make a big difference. Shifting these different battles between GCs. Otherwise, Funkos was very much dead even here between Funkov versus two players, you can almost say. But unable to do enough. In the middle fell, and the game is over. But a very good game. Thank you for Raging for giving me this one.